Welcome you on our channel once again. Today I have two guests again, Zhou Yi, the president of European Silk Road Quebec, and Mr. van der Gelder, who is a well-experienced businessman knowing China very well. Today I think we can talk about how the companies can enter to each other's market, how the European Union companies can enter, the European Union companies enter to the China market. Is it difficult? Is it not so simple? What is your experience?
Well, you cannot answer this question in two lines. It's important to know, of course, the difference of cultures. It's important to know that Chinese market is a very huge market and can be a very profitable one for any European or Western company. There was a time where China was more open to the West, but I think gradually they will open again. Maybe there's going to be a change of policy in China, which will make this possible in some years from now. But that doesn't mean that you have to sit down and wait until the occasion is there. I think is what I always say, you need time to build up relationships. And it's now the moment to get into these relationships with Chinese people. Build a relationship where they can trust you and you can trust them. And that way, when the policy is changing and the atmosphere to invest as a Western company in China will be more flexible, then you are ready. If you wait for that time, you lose a lot of time, and it's now, not yesterday, it's now that you need to respond and to act. And I can only invite all Western companies to understand that we need to embrace global trade. We need to be for a free market. We cannot afford to have this stupid tariffs that are imposed by the United States, which paralyzes free trade and free global trade. So we need to go forward, and again, it's now the moment to do it, that you're opening the gates, you're opening the relationship with the right partners in China. That is my advice.
From Chinese point of view, is it difficult for the European companies to enter to the Chinese market?
Well, once it's a global cross-border market entry, of course, you always need to prepare. Everything needs to be planned. So as what we say, if you want to enter the market, first you need to do the market investigation to understand the Chinese market. And if the food company want to enter in China to distribute their food and their food brand, then they need to understand what is Chinese there, who is a competitor, and where they want to sell, and how much is a new goal, and everything is counted. And based on this, then we do the investigation, and then, of course, then do the whole business plan. What they want to reach within a year or 3 years, and then how much will be the investment for their business. And nowadays, I would absolutely say like enter in Chinese market in a light way, because if the policy, everything is now not really easy, and then the trade is light, then you don't need to invest heavily for the building a factory and buying the production line, all the things, because that's really a high cost. But then a trade is something that China as a very big market, a lot of people would like to also benefit. It's like Chinese products are distributed worldwide, but also Chinese market is open for all the good quality products from Europe. So why not do it? Like the European cosmetics and the nutrition products and the good healthy food, we all need it. So then yes, I think that for this is still a good opportunity. Just need to plan well, set up the goal and the price strategy very well, and find a good partner and the distributors well, and have the people who they can really trust, who are also professional, understand how to work together, hand in hand to work together.
So you encourage the European companies to go to China and find the market and business over there?
I encourage them because the market is there, but they still need to be very cautious and plan well and make the right strategy, which is aligned with the Chinese market. Because Chinese market, again, as I said, Guanxi and everything, trust, language, everything is different. So for sure, they need to understand everything in order to make sure that the investment will be profitable.
You also encourage the European companies to go to China.
Absolutely. The companies are not the government or not the policy which is actually happening in Europe, especially the EU. We know that the EU is a slave of the United States, and they do exactly the same thing as the United States does, which is in fact, in my opinion, not a good thing. Again, I'm for free market. I believe that the free market will solve all the problems. We should not think that cheap Chinese products are bad. Sometimes they are bad because they are risky or they're not good for health or things like that. But in a free market, those products will not be bought by Western people. At the long run, they will be out of the market.
Mm-hmm.
Free market means that only the good products will be consumed. And that is what free market is all about. It's by giving the possibility even for Western people to buy cheaper if needed, and for the Chinese people to buy maybe luxury people or products, or maybe things that they really need in China, like technology or whatever, or luxury things, or quality things from the United States, from the West, United States or Europe. Like she mentions about food, we have a very good reputation about quality of food. So those things China needs. So we need to envision this possibility to make it happen. And of course, yeah, there will be difficulties, there will be barriers, there will be political inconveniences, absolutely. But again, we are there to take all those things in account and to guide you and to give you the possibilities to do it in the right way.
And to be added up actually, because once we talk about like policy, indeed we need to absolutely do the investigation about the policy, what China welcome. And then for example, like a lot of people ignore about like the rural area development, because China has a very big population of rural area. And actually the farming systems actually do need the Western technology and the management talents, because for this region, we don't have very well educated people in this field yet. And we also like to grow good fruits, build products, and also to increase the nutrition ingredient of the products. So all the things actually we would also need like talents and good technology and good equipment and to work together. Because China is a big country and everywhere you have different conditions, different soil, how to improve the quality of the soil, and how to increase the production and harvest of all the things, and also how to educate the farmers to do better. Even like for example, the Chinese also want to welcome, it's like as I said again, like high technology, but also that can be beneficial for our daily life. And I think
in that factor, I would like to join her in making such things happen. Is cooperation between universities, because research is very high in the West about what you say, the food quality and everything what's concerning food. So we need to set up cooperations and joint ventures between the universities. This is also a very high point, because it's the benefit for everybody.
Actually, Chinese academic system do welcome this for the research standard, and then to have a lab and some testing field to do this kind of work, and then to align with a local group of Chinese group to work together, and it works actually, it's helpful. And also like the farming system, the farmers don't know how to do global branding strategies. So then we can also organize like education, training, all work together as a joint venture. Once you harvest all the fruits and all the things, then you can also do the global marketing together with them. They are welcome doing this together.
That sounds very promising. Thank you very much, Zhou Yi and Mr. van der Gelder. And thank you very much for watching us, and see you next time.